Hey Stushes, thanks for tuning in. It's your girl Nisha Marie, and of course you already know we are gathering here today to gather our coins. The Sephora savings event is coming up. Now, it's a little bit different for me shopping these events these last few years because I am a Sephora employee. I work there part-time, so that's my little gigiana, and I get a lot of insight into like all the goodies, and then I indulge a little bit too much. At the savings event, depending on your level, whether if you're a Rouge member, then you save 20%. That starts on November 1st, I believe. And then VIB starts on the 5th. Well, I think everybody else starts on the 5th. Yeah, everybody else starts on the 5th. If you're VIB, you get 15% off. And then if you're a Beauty Insider, which is the first tier, then you'll get 10% off. And then all of Sephora collection is 30% off. So I have some products here that I'm going to be recommending. These are some newer ones. If you check out previous recommendations for the Sephora savings event, they're all pretty much the same, so I don't want it to be repetitive. So these will probably have some staple items, but these are, I think, going to be some new selections. And today I have 4 categories. I have makeup, which is the largest one, of course. I have beauty, skincare, fragrance, and then miscellaneous items. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with body care. I know we're kind of going a little bit different, but just want to kind of start with the smaller to largest. Actually, the smallest is miscellaneous, so let's start with miscellaneous. So just so you know, I'm going through like I put my stuff that I have on my list in this box, and then I have my beauty, like stuff in this beauty tray. So oops, a lot to go over. I love this Sheseido lash curler. I have extensions on, so I didn't use it today, but I definitely saw a difference between using this versus like the Revlon one that I had for like a very long time. It looks really nice with the mascara on, so when I'm not wearing my lash extensions for a few months, I was just wearing mascara, and this definitely changed the game. So this is miscellaneous. It's random. You're gonna be sitting there, is it really worth that price? But then once you see your lashes, you're gonna realize it is. So if you're on the market for a good lash curler, this is your girl to try out. I have been loving I think for the past like 2 years, or however long I've had these, I think it's been like 2 years, but these Makeup by Mario brushes, I use them all the time. They're not clean right now, sorry, but I typically use this edge for like my cream. This brush, this is the, oh my gosh, the name done rub off. This is my most used brush. I think this is the F4. I'll put it on the screen. Dang. Anyways, I use this part, this curved part, for my cream blushes more often, and then this for my cream bronzers. So really great with cream products. This is more for powdered. This end I'll typically use for like under my eye, or if I'm doing light strokes of blush. This side I typically use for my bronzer, but then sometimes I switch it out with to apply a blush. So just kind of depends on how you want to work it, but this is definitely my most used brush. I love this brush. Glamnetic, another miscellaneous product, but listen, when I say I have saved hundreds, I mean hundreds of dollars this year on getting my nails done, this is why. Glamnetic, I would say, is like my #1 favorite press-on nail brand. They're durable. I can typically have myself rocking these for about like 3 weeks. I've had one for like 4 weeks. At the point I have to like peel it off. I think it's in part of the glue, but I've been trying to, I use the Kiss glue, but I recently bought the Glamnetic glue to test it out, and they're both kind of equally durable, and I'm doing the test on these nails as well. My chrome is kind of like chipping off, but this hand is, wait, actually no, I'm lying. No, this hand is, no, I didn't use Glamnetic. So my last set, which I don't have here, but anyways, I tried both and they're good. I love this brand. They have a lot of different options, but honestly, if I'm being completely honest, Ulta has a lot more selections, and that's where I get like a lot of them, but I have gotten a couple from Sephora, this one included. So I'm probably gonna rock this like as we get like closer to Thanksgiving type season. But this is also available at Sephora. I think these are like $15, so get it for a discount. Why not? Okay, so now I am gonna get into body care slash fragrance slash hair. Let's start off with fragrance. The first fragrance that I want to tell y'all about is this one. So this is the Valentino Born in Roma Rendez-vous de Gold Donna Eau de Parfum. So this is, I believe, the 3.3 or it's a 3.4, and it's described as a fresh solar scent. The keynotes include Italy, Mandarin Essence, Golden Gardenia Accord, and Solar Cocoa Accord. And so I really like this because it gives me like a year-round summer type of vibe. I guess that's like the solar nature of this. So I still feel like bright and sexy, but still like demure. And I get a ton of compliments when I wear this. I do couple it with other things. It really be a concoction, but I love this. My only complaint with just really a lot of the fragrances that are sold at Sephora right now, they're not the most long lasting. Like, you have to layer, you have to do concoctions, but this is something that I would potentially like repurchase again. So really been loving this fragrance. The next one I have is the Burberry Goddess. This is the Intense. Now, a lot of people have mixed opinions on this fragrance. My opinions are not mixed. I love it, and I actually did get the Burberry Goddess, like the original, but I only got it in travel size. I picked this up initially in travel size because I liked it enough, and it was a little bit stronger. It has the patchouli note, which can really, it can be very jarring. It can really have you all the way left or harder all the way right. Either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it in a fragrance. In this Burberry Goddess, I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a sophisticated essence to it, but I can see like how the patchouli initially is off-putting, but I love all the other notes that's in here. This is a warm spicy scent, and the key notes include couture, vanilla, lavender essence, and patchouli. So very kind of earthy, but I can still get that vanilla sweetness in it. I personally really like it. Is this a safe blind buy? I would say no, because it's patchouli. It can, again, throw you left or right. So it's probably good to go in store, check it out, smell it. But, you know, if you can get whatever size that you can afford, but with a discount, something to consider. And I think this, I was wearing this through the summer, well, like half of the summer. And then now it's getting into fall. And I feel like the inside, like the fluid is getting like deeper. I just love this sexy ambery look. I love it. Next fragrance I have is the Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. This is also in the Intense. So with this fragrance, like, it's a gourmand lover's dream. Let me tell you what the notes are. So the key notes in the Devotion Intense is hazelnut, orange blossom, and Madagascar vanilla. I love orange blossom. I love almost every vanilla, and then hazelnut. So it's just a very gourmandy sort of flavor. I mean, not flavor, but fragrance. There has been times where I have sprayed this though, and it was almost a little bit too sweet. I was like, oh, it was like almost off-putting. I already have put some fragrance on, but I'm just put this on me right now. It's very gourmandy, very sweet. Ooh, my nose is burning. Really like this fragrance. And then I have two body sprays. I have the Fleur Vanilla Skin. I'm almost done on this. I already have a backup as a full size, but love this. Love this. It's very skin, like, it sits well on the skin. This layers very well on top of like my Kayali Vanilla 28. I've paired it with Burberry Goddess. I've paired it with my Valentino. I've paired it with so many of my fragrances, and it just layers very, very well. So I love this spray. This is a new one added to my collection, but every time I went into work, I was just spraying this on myself. The only thing I hate is that it's not like super long lasting, but this is from LoveShackFancy Berry Kiss. So they have this as the full size, and then they also have a smaller container, and I think the smaller one The smaller packaging is about $26. So much cheaper than this one, but I love it. It's fruity, it's fresh, it's nice. Let me read you the notes on that one. So this is a perfume. It has wild berries, marshmallow, and cashmere. So I know it's the marshmallow and cashmere that's really hitting. So when you first spray it, you're gonna get hit with berries in your face. Like, it's gonna smell sweet, smell like berries. But once it starts to layer, I mean, not layer, but kind of like dissolve and get to the bottom layer of this fragrance, which is that marshmallow, which is that cashmere, you'll get that sweet warmth that works well for any time of the year. Honestly, there's only one fragrance that I have in my collection where I'm like, I'm only wearing this certain fall. But all my fragrances, I wear anytime I want to. It don't matter what time of the year it is. Okay, there's literally only one where I'm like, it works so well in the winter, and that is my Killian Angel Share. I mostly pull for that in the fall. It just works. Mind you, I am in Florida, so we don't really have real weather like that. I mean, we have real weather, but we don't have like real seasonal changes. It's getting a little cool though. This started to feel like fall in Florida like a week ago, but we Florida, so we basically got summer all year long with some cold fronts here and there. My last fragrance recommendation, and I probably had this in a previous video, but this is the MISSY by Rosie. I love this fragrance. I went through like 2 of these or 3 of these till I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna invest in a full size, because if I finish off the travel size, I'm like, okay, I like you for real. And so this is green mandarin, coconut, and pineapple. I mean, that was just summer for me, and so I would recommend it. It just has a really good smell, good fragrance. If you like those type of fruit flavors, check it out. But I just had it in my basket. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all to not tell y'all, but make my recommendation because I like it. So depending on where your budget is at, what you're trying to look for to add in your collection, there are some options. Okay, so I have 2 body care items. First of all, this Fenty milk. I'm gonna insert a B-roll of me applying this. This is Fenty milk right here. I love this. I love this even better than the body butters. I said it. I said it. I said it. I love this even more than the body butter. It is so super hydrating. It lasts super long. You look like you put oil on, but it's not oil. I mean, you do get like little marks. Like if you have a whole bunch, I'm gonna like get it on my leather seat and stuff. I gotta like wipe it off. But I be feeling so awesome when I put this on. I'm saying awesome, but it's really sexy. I be feeling sexy when I put this on. I realize that I like to put this on a lot more like when I am stepping out, because I just love the shine. I gotta be hitting the sun. I gotta be hitting somewhere outside. Somebody gotta see this, you know? So I use other body butters that I have like more inside. So I hope she comes out with like other flavors with no shimmer, but other, I say flavors, but other, is it flavors? Other fragrances? Other fragrances? I can't think of the right term right now. Other smells of this, because I love this formula of this body milk. Balm, 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 balm. I really love the Josie Maran. This is Josie Maran's whipped argan oil body butter. This is in the fragrance Tangerine. Oh, it's not on there. Oh, Topless Tangerine. It is in the fragrance. I feel like I'm saying fragrance flavors, like I'm just interchanging them at this point. But this particular scent is Topless Tangerine. I got a good use of this out of this in the summer, and I still have like a lot left. God, it don't even look like I dug in much, but I definitely have used it. Doesn't take much. This is very hydrating as well. But I used this throughout the summer. Loved it. I love this. And the So Janeiro 79, which in my opinion, I have it in my room. I'm not going to get up and get it. But in my opinion, that is their best body butter, period. Like, you have to get, if you get any body butter, I would say get that one. If you like vanilla, like fragrances, like more warm fragrances, definitely check it out. I feel like it's a lot more hydrating. It's like a thicker consistency, so I just feel it just really does get into the skin. It's more long lasting as far as like the hydration. I went through 2 of the minis and I'm like, okay, I'll invest in a full size. Like, that is their best body butter. So that and the Josie Maran, those 2 are what I use the most during the summer. Getting into hair, Fenty hair, I use the protective type. I've tried other items from her line. I'll talk about them in a separate video, but I actually really like this. I use this after I shampoo and, you know, wash my hair, condition it, and then just before I blow dry my hair to get like my styles like this, because like slick back buns, that has just been my vibe, I would say, almost the last 2 months. Like, I have barely been doing my hair. It's just a slick back bun, but I've just been loving it. But I use this every time I wash my hair before I lightly blow dry, so that it protects it, because it's a 5-in-1 protectant and it's a heat protectant styler. So the 5-in-1 is 5-in-1 leave-in for every style: smooth, detangle, defrizz, hydrate, and it also offers heat protection. So yeah, and I think this has there's this like unique technology that they have that helps rebuild. Wait, is this the one with Replenicor? I don't remember, but one of their formulas that they have also gives like a kind of a treatment to help strengthen your hair. So I have some thoughts overall on the Fenty hairline, because I've tried several of their products. I was able to get some for free. I bought some myself, so I have some thoughts, but that's going to come in a separate video dedicated to hair, because I'm going over Fenty, I'm going over Sacred, and all the other brands that I have been trying out now that I've been wearing my hair out more often. So more to come on that, but that is it for this category. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, it's starting to get cold. I had to put on my little robe. I'm sorry. So maybe this will be a look, maybe not, but I'm cold, so this is gonna be on for the rest of the video. Now we are in the big kahuna. You know what the big kahuna is? Makeup. That's always my largest category. Lord help me. I figure I'm gonna go in the order in which I typically apply my makeup. I did this look using a lot of the products that I'm going to be mentioning here, so I'll have it side by side, kind of showing you application. Okay, so the first thing that I want to recommend are primers. So I have grown to really like this primer. So at first, when I first used it, I felt like sometimes it worked for me, sometimes it didn't. I felt like there were times where I did see oil, like after 5 hours, start coming through on my nose. It just was inconsistent. Other times I'd be like, okay, it stayed matte all day. What was the difference? I did not put too much skincare on, and I like to really prep my skin when I'm going for more of a mattifying look, like with my hyaluronic acid, my niacinamide, and all of those things. When I'm wearing this, I try to avoid it. So what I try to do with this is just use it in terms of prepping my skin. I of course wash my face, hydrated with like my moisturizer and SPF, which I have like a 2-in-1, and I put my eye cream on, and then I shake. You have to shake this. You have to, you hear that? You have to shake this, because there's times where if you don't and you go to squirt it out, it'll be watery. So you want to avoid that. And then I just dispense them in my hand, rub it together, and then I just smoothly put it on like the areas that I know that I will get the oiliest, which is my nose, my cheek, chin, and my forehead. So I make sure to spread that like a clean, even layer on. And then you're supposed to like kind of keep your face kind of still and let it kind of sit in for a little bit. But I don't even have to let it sit that long when I do my skin prep right. So this, and then I have been pairing this with this, okay? At first I got samples, and from the samples I was like, okay, she's worth the money. So this, when I put these together, oh, my makeup stays put. I like the two of these. With this one though, I mostly focus it on my cheek area. That's the main area. I put it on my chin. Sometimes I put a little on my forehead, but this, it's like this area that when I focus it, my skin just looks extra blurred. I'm gonna come up close. I'm not sure if it's showing up here, but this is good. Okay, now continuing on with complexion, or getting into complexion, I recommend the One Size foundation. Now, if you are an oily skin girl, if you sweat easily, all of those things, this is definitely a great contender. I'm doing a video right now comparing this to some of my other supposed to be like water resistant type formulas that I have, which aren't much. I will say though, this isn't as, I don't know, it's like water resistant, sweat resistant, but it's not as like oil resistant. And I also did test this video. I did test this out. I'm gonna create a new video, a different separate video from this. But in that video, I like was very active, and I definitely did sweat with having this foundation on. I'm just saying, it proved to not necessarily be sweat proof. However, I feel like the recovery was once I stopped sweating. And it was kind of nasty because I chose not to pat down. I really just wanted to kind of see how it sit. Once I started sweating, stopped sweating, it kind of like went back in place. Like, it didn't look like when I just fixed it, but I could have like went out in public and not be ashamed of how my makeup looked. Because you know with certain foundations you start sweating, it's like ruined. It wasn't separating, which is kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it, but my face still looked pretty decent. I'll probably just enter a clip here, but I'm gonna have a whole dedicated video on this, so more of a deeper review. But I do think, if you're looking for a full coverage, because she's a full coverage girl and you're a sweaty girl, if you just like matte looks, I feel like this is a really good new item on the market, so check her out. Next thing I have is the Yummy Skin Concealer from Danessa Myricks. I'm not gonna hold you, when I first picked this up and I was trying it on, I did not like it because I was creasing. I didn't like that. But then I learned that it was probably me in the way that I was setting like my powders to apply. So once I kind of shifted what I was doing, which wasn't really much, and now I do it like with every way that I set any concealer that I use, this is amazing. Let me see if I could get you. I think it looks good. I have been liking this and been reaching for it a lot, so yeah. One blush that I recommend is the Haus Lab Stick Blush. I saw, I believe her name is Gloria on TikTok, use this. It was a pink one. And the way that shade showed up on her skin so stunningly, I was like, where have I been? Why have I been sleeping on this? Because I saw this launch, but I really didn't hear anyone much talking about it. And then they had this like at Sephora on the front display. I was like, let me go ahead and swatch. And I swatched this orange. I fell in love. It's such a pretty orange. Brown skin and orange, beautiful, and it's long lasting. Very, very beautiful. Highly recommend. They have a ton of different colors you can choose from. Orange is just, I've been building up some of my orange shades, but this is just a beautiful formula. I have also recently picked up the Patrick Ta Duo. I'll talk about the lippy a little bit later, but this is the Patrick Ta Duo. Just talking about blushes that I recommend. I think this would be a great value because you're getting this blush, which is usually I think like $30 something by itself, and these are, so basically I'll put it on the screen, but I think it's a great value. This pink is gorgeous. I have a short trying this on, so I don't want to swatch it, but definitely love this. I high-key kind of felt like, Patrick, I feel like you're like a year late with the pink Barbie craze that was happening. Maybe this was like in the works, but I'm like, dang, how lit would it have been if this released during that time? But anyways, it is what it is. Its release is amazing. Highly recommend that you pick it up at a discounted rate. Okay. I'm like, what order should I go? It just makes sense. Okay, actually no, I do have another blush. Okay, so the next blush that I have is from Danessa Myricks. This is the blush Spice Latte. So this is one of her newer flavors. Oh my god. This is one of her newer colors added to her line. So this is Spice Latte. Really been getting some good use out of this lately. Now I think she has an amazing deal going on where you're basically getting 4 blushes for $35. She has a blush set. It comes with 2 full-size shaped blushes and then like a really small mini size. So this is one of the new shades, full size. The other full-size blush is Dancing Queen, which is already in her line. And then the 2 small shades are Jubilee, which is already in her line. And then I believe Red Velvet is the other small one. It's somewhere on my beauty table. But yeah, really like it. Great value for, you know, what it is that you're getting. These are gonna last you forever. I think almost all of her blushes, except like It Girl or something like that. But these are gonna last me forever. I really don't need to buy any more cream blushes. So if you're in the same predicament, I mean, if you're on the market for a nice cream, you know, fall terracotta type blush that's long lasting, this is pretty. The way I like her, what I like about her formula too is one of the key ingredients is Upsolite, which helps with controlling oil and, you know, that sebum buildup. So it helps with that. And then it's also like a cream to powder type formula. So even if you have powder on your face, if you kind of like lightly kind of, you know, tap into a brush and like rub off the excess, you could like tap it in and it still looks really nice. So, and just emphasize the cream color that you have underneath. So I feel like I'm just ranting and raving, but I love Danessa cream blushes. So definitely that set, especially if you don't have any in your collection, is a steal. All right, so just because we're talking about blush, well actually no, so that's the cream, right? I'm going in the order that I do my face. So those are the cream blushes that I recommend. Next up are setting powders. I have really been liking the extended shades of the one size. This is Rich Peach. I also have Marigold, Sweet Honey. What I have Marigold, Sweet Honey, and then Translucent. So I kind of like rotate. But in this video, I used the Rich Peach to set under my eyes. And then I used the Makeup by Mario powder. I didn't know what to expect. When I found out he was when I was setting powder, I was like, oh, okay. You know, I wasn't a huge, I like his foundation. I wasn't a huge fan of the concealers. So the powder, I was just kind of indifferent. I'm like, I'm curious enough to try, and this powder is beautiful. Beautiful. So depending, it just kind of depends on what I'm doing for my day, for the day, if I really need my makeup to last really long or not. But this is like great kind of chill every day. You can also use this going out, but in terms of durability for me, when I know I'm going to really be out and about, it's really the one size powder that I just know it's going to hold it down. But again, I'm an oily skin girl. If you're not, even if you're an oily skin girl, but if you're not, if you have combo normal skin, I think you will really like this. I can't speak to dry skin because I can't think of clients that I recommend like with dry skin, really. But it's a very beautiful formula. Yeah, so definitely worth checking out. All right, so next recommendations are more blushes. So these are the new NARS blushes. A lot of them are original colors, but they have just been reformulated and some are new. And so I really like it. I don't really see that much of a difference between like the old formula and this one, to be honest with you, but it's bomb. Like I said, I like it. So the colors that I got is Obsession, and so it looks very pinky in person, but it's like really like a corally kind of pink color. Love that one. I also have Orgasm Rush. So Orgasm Rush gives you, it reminds me a little bit of Savage, but a little bit more like light brownish burgundy. So I use that. It's more shimmery, so I use this like on top of like more of a powdery type of blush, so it kind of gives you like a little emphasis. And then I have this color. I've used this once, but I only got it like 2 weeks ago, so don't judge me. And I was just so torn. Like I was really torn. Like, did I just waste my money getting this? Cause I just thought it was finally in store, because I only saw it on the NARS website, but I could never see it in store. And so I had already ordered this, but then I'm like, they're so similar. They're so similar, it's not even funny. So you could probably get one or the other, you know, depending on your vibe. I don't know, should I do a short like comparing these two? Because I kind of did like a comparison at home because I was like really about to return this, but I had just loved the way it's a little bit deeper than the Patrick Ta one. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a comparison between these two. But definitely recommend it though if you don't have anything like this shade in your collection. Whew. All right, we're winding down. We're almost getting there. It's a lot. It's a lot. So next up is the YSL bronzer. Love this bronzer. I have a ton of bronzers that I got this year, but I feel like I reached for this like the most. It is the All Hours Hyper Bronze in the color 5. So that's what I used in the video today. Beautiful, beautiful sitting. All right, next yes, this is the one that I kind of threw in there because remember with Sephora collection you can get an extra 30%, so you'll never go wrong with snatching you the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. It's really like, I use this like a touching base. Oh my god, why am I getting like flash? Why is it like looking so jarring there? I didn't blend that out good. But anyways, I usually use this at the end of my makeup routine, pull it all over to just kind of help marry each other. I use this along with my Charlotte Tilbury powder, which I just love her so much. So yes, this is a really great powder. I use the shade 60 Ebony for my all over face. This makeup recommendation is a little bit of a splurge, not gonna lie. Do you need it? No, you absolutely do not. But I always have that one splurge item, or I probably have two here, where it's like, do you really need it? Nah, but I love it. This is the Gucci highlighter. So this is their newer one, and this is in the color Warm Bronze number 5. So I tend to use this more like a bronzer versus like a highlighter, or I've been doing bronzing a lot, so I've actually kind of been using my bronze, like some of my bronzers, depending on the tone, almost as like a blush, and then putting this over it, or sometimes I just put this right over it, and I just love this color on me. Oh my gosh, it's just like a nice bronze. I often use it as like a bronzer topper, if you will. I put it on my forehead. It's not like too shiny, it's not like out there type of highlighter. It's more like very subtle, you know what I mean? Next recommendation is definitely the one size. If you know, you know, and I've had this in plenty of other videos before. One of my favorite setting powders on the market for me, my skin type being an oily skin girl. As I'm applying my makeup, I use more of my Charlotte Tilbury, Urban Decay, my Morphe setting spray, because they're like more misty, dewy, kind of give that extra oomph and hydration type of look and help marry everything in. When I'm done, when I'm ready to have everything married together, then I use this. This is amazing. And I always tell clients who ask me, is this good? Or they like, is this good? Or like versus the Charlotte Tilbury, they're both equally good for different reasons. And yes, I see the purpose in having both in my collection, okay? But the specific reason why I'm mentioning this one size one is because they also have a jumbo. Oh, that's right. Hopefully by the time the sale comes around, it's still there. But this, I got the jumbo size. I did not waste any time. I have a piece of my mind is telling me to get another one, but I'm trying not to be excessive because I already have this. I have 2 travel sizes. Well, this is almost done. That's why I even bought the jumbo. I'm like, okay, I'm running low, perfect timing. But I love this. It's going to be a staple in my collection for the foreseeable future. Next up, let's talk about lippies, okay? I got a couple of recommendations. Fenty finally gave us lip liners, y'all. I'm so long overdue having a video to talk about that, because that's like one of the items where I'm like, Fenty, you have some of the most bomb lip products on the market, okay? And you don't have any lip liners? No lip liners? Well, she heard us and I got 2 of them. These are the second to deepest shade, because there's there's one right after the deepest one, brown out. So this is brown out here. So this is giving very much like MAC chestnut. And then I also have I Wouldn't right here. So it's more of a, wait, I Wouldn't is right here. So it's more of a coolish brown. Why does it look lighter? I don't know, but it's like a coolish brown. It's giving more like MAC cork. And they're long lasting. They really don't budge like that. Really been pleased with that. So if you are on the market for lip liners, Fenty Beauty has some great ones to check out. I've been liking a lot of lippies lately, but I'm gonna just highlight some of the key ones that I've been using. So Clarins lip oil, bomb, 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 bomb. I tried the lip oil in the black one. It's like it doesn't have a shade. It's supposed to adjust to your pH. It's trash. Like if you get that, that's a terrible first impression in my opinion of the Clarins oil. I had got like a mini set like a while ago, and I went through a number of colors. So this is the deeper one. It doesn't say the name. What's a 03? I wonder what color that is online. My lips feel soft after this, very nourished. So I highly recommend, especially getting into dry season, you need some moisture. Check out Clarins lip oil. I've really been loving that. Love the Fenty lip oil. Yeah, I think for order of lip oils for me, it's the Fenty, Clarins, and then Dior, believe it or not. But I really have been liking the Fenty lip oil in this black cherry shade. So bomb. I always get questions on when I have this on. I wear it by itself. Sometimes I'll put in like, you know, one of the Fenty liners, like I Wouldn't, because it's like a little bit more of a natural brown, and put this on and call it a day. Very conditioning and moisturizing. Love this lip oil. Okay, this lip gloss from Amelie Collet is a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. This is the shade Happy. The other shade that I have in Amelie Collet is pretty much done. I have to get another one, but I'm just trying to get through some of my lip products. But I recently got Happy. Bomb. This is like a beautiful brown peachy nude sort of color. So this Gucci lip gloss, I like it. I probably have it in another recommendations video. This is the color Suzanne Brown. It hits, it hits, it eats, it eats. Now this is more, it gives you more of like a plumping type of effect, but it's not outrageous. It's like not obnoxious to where it's like really disrupting. And I've tried other kind of plumping lip glosses. I just don't like that feeling. That's my only gripe with like the Fenty Heat. I love the effects, but sometimes I don't like the burning, but I've kind of gotten used to it after wearing it so much. But need all that to say, not really a huge fan of like super burning kind of plumping glosses, but this doesn't burn too much, so it's bearable. And the last lippy recommendation is from Gucci again. So these are definitely splurges. That's what I'm saying. If you really gonna get a discount, or you're gonna pick up these like more expensive items, it's great if you could get it on discount. This packaging container, it just feels luxe. It just feels like, here's my money. It has the Gucci embossing at the top. Really like it's like a tiny little thing. Okay, so this is like how it looks at the top. Then this is the color. So it's a nice brown. This is what I have on my lips. And yeah, it's a nice red brown. It's matte, but what I love about this matte and why I'm even tempted to eventually get other colors, like I want to get a red. This is matte, but it's not drying at all. I don't feel like good. It actually has pretty good longevity. I've gone to lunch, ate my whole lunch, went back to work without touching up, and it still looks pretty decent. So this is long lasting. It's not drying. Beautiful shades, great formula. Gucci, you're partly paying for the name, but it's a good buy in my opinion. So if you're on the market for a nice lipstick, especially like brown getting into fall, this is a great option. All right, so we're winding down to the big dog, okay? We're winding down to the big dog. I want y'all to pause this video right now and tell me what y'all think I'm about to say as my last recommendation for this sale. Okay, did you comment? So if you didn't, can you please pause and comment what you think? What you think I'm about to recommend? If you've been mesmerized by my eyes through this video, I'm so dumb. It is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork. Of course. What you mean? Give me 14 of them. What you mean? This is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 4 or 6. What number is this? I think it's 6. Freedom palette. Freedom indeed. I don't know if I want to go through like a whole demo thing, because I'm sure y'all have seen thousands, not thousands, but maybe like dozens of videos talking about this palette. So when you look at it initially, it's like, whoa, color. Mind you, I am not that much of a colorful person. Really and truly, it's me working at Sephora that gives me a lot of like free reign to like be able to play in makeup, specifically like eyeshadow, more than I probably would if I didn't work there, to be honest with you. But what I love about the Lightworks palette is that it makes my life easier. I'm not going to show the whole hoopla, but basically, you know, these three can come out, they can stack. This is a mirror, like this can be removed as a mirror. When these come out, this could come into like a magnet tray. I mean, there's just so many things. So you know, find a video about it. But this palette and her other Lightworks palette that I have, this is Lightwork 5. Yes. So wow, this was last year. Okay, so she probably looks a little messy, but she has been loved. Okay, I haven't even hit a dent in this. Is crazy. So look at these two in comparison. Can definitely, you know, play together very well. Gosh, my light is kind of drawing out the color. But what I love about these Lightwork palettes is that I don't have to do much. I don't have to do much, and I get compliments. You can ask anybody who works with me. Most times if they compliment me in my eye and they're like, oh my god, I love what you're wearing. I mean, love your eyes, love what you have on. What is it that you're wearing? I'm like, it's Danessa. It's Danessa. Because with Danessa, I could just throw my bronzer in my crease, got one of these colors to do, or maybe two if I want to be a little experimental. Is that a word? Experimental? If I want to experiment, I will use two of the shades and just create this beautiful looks. And it really looked like I put in a lot of effort, but I didn't. So I love the effects of these palettes. It's like minimal effort, maximal outcome. Like, it's just amazing. So I don't know, she's taking the bait. And honestly, with Mama Pat not coming out with a mothership this year, maybe it was a smart decision, because her team probably had to really go into the draft boards, because now that we're putting these two against each other, they can like really stand on their own, but they're like basically like in the same price point. Like if a mothership was to come out versus this, and that would have probably been hard for me to have to choose between the two. So thank you, Pat, because I'm able to indulge in this, and hopefully next year we get something exciting from Mama Pat for the holidays in a mothership. That will be exciting. No more pinks though. If it's a pink, it's a wash. Okay, so I think that's it. Do I have a shit ton more makeup? Yes, I do. But these I would say are like the main things I've been reaching for a lot. I feel comfortable recommending for you to try out if you're on the market for any of these things. Do you have anything that you want to pick up? And maybe as the sale gets popping, I might come back with another recommendations video. If there's anything I'm like, oh, I should have added this, or if I get something new, I'm like, oh, yo, this is bomb, let me tell you guys about it, then I'll come and talk to y'all. My energy just went from like here to here to like, I'm just so freaking tired. It is 1:24 in the morning. I love doing these videos. It's one of my favorite videos to kind of do on my channel. Stushes, thank you so much for joining in. Let me know if you're gonna be shopping this sale at all even, and if you do, what do you plan on picking up? Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, Stushes, you know what I always tell you, stay bold, stay beautiful, and stay stush. Till next time, bye.